Will go under 23 seconds, I think. So if Jessica can get alongside with her, I think that would be a great performance. But I can assure you, it's not about those two, because there's a lot of class in this field, and we could see something around the 22-second mark that would take the victory.
Well, Colin moves out of the way and leaves the way clear for this very exciting 200 metres. Bianca Williams, Margaret Adeoye, Tiffany Townsend, Kamaria Brown, Tori Bowie, Candice McGrone, Elaine Thompson, Jessica Ennis-Hill and Sanya Richards-Ross. Well, Americans, of course, with such strength in depth, but one or two people here who certainly won't be contesting it in Beijing. Sanya Richards-Ross, for one, she had a shocking American trials, didn't make it out of the semi-finals in her main event, the 400, but has been sprinting very well. Indeed, last night in the relay, she was very impressive on the last leg. So busy weekend for Jess, so far so good. Really sharp in the hurdles last night in the rain, looking for a good 200 here. She's a personal best 22.83. I reckon anything in the low 23s she'll be very happy with. Now Elaine Thompson won the Jamaican Championships, and personal best set this year 22.37, is having a great season. Bit of a new name for the Jamaicans. And Candice McGrone, really, well, I think a surprising win in the outside lanes in Monaco the other night, surprised the whole field, and ran 22.08, beating skippers amongst others. Now Tori Bowie, great form at the American Championships and started the season very, very well. Hasn't raced too much in the last 3 or 4 weeks, to be honest, but certainly will be one of the favourites here. Kamaria Brown didn't make it out of the semis at the US Champs, but still they have so much strength in depth. 22.24, her best this year. Then we've got Tiffany Townsend, again quick, not having such a good year, Townsend, and the American sprint scene, or the competition for their relay squads. No Alison Felix here today, of course, and Felix with the opportunity to run 400 or the 200, of course. Margaret Adeoye, well, great performance from her, winning the British Championships. Hasn't been able to get in any big meets since then, so good opportunity for her. And I think it frustrated Bianca Williams. Started the season with her best actually race of the year in Doha all the way back in May, 23.05. Has not gone quicker than that, Bianca. And lane 1 might find it a little bit difficult today. So Jess in lane 8 will have Sanya Richards-Ross to chase here. Sanya certainly capable of going sub 23, and that will be good for Jess to work from. And then we've got Thompson, McGrone and Bowie in lanes 7, 6 and 5, probably the favourites. Not so easy to call this in terms of an out-and-out favourite, although McGrone, as I said, with that great run in Monaco the other night, maybe the one in form.
Set.
Jess gets away well, so does everybody actually in those outside lanes. Maybe McGrone getting the better start, but Elaine Thompson already up on Ennis-Hill round the bend there. Sanya Richards-Ross being left on the outside as well, so it's those middle lanes. Thompson, McGrone and Tori Bowie now starting to come through, but Thompson picks it up again. There's a good strength from the Jamaicans. She's going to hold up for the win. Just watch the clock here. Thompson wins 22.1. Then Bowie, and I was just watching Jess there, not so from Jess, I don't think. It was way down in terms of places, and I reckon probably a good second or so, maybe well outside the 23-second mark for Jess. We'll tidy that up in a second, but a new meeting record for this new talent really for the Jamaicans. Elaine Thompson got out well, thought Jess came out of the blocks well, and maybe obviously doing the long jump, maybe a little bit tired coming into this 200 metres for Jess. But what do you make of Elaine Thompson? I haven't seen too much of her on the circuit, Colin, but that was a good win.
It was a really good, strong performance from her, wasn't it? I think it's when you're a new name like this and you're in a new environment, I think it's a time that you can get really excited about it and deliver good performances and strong ones. And there she is, picks off, look how easy she picks off Jessica there, runs past her beautifully, smoothly. Nobody's in the peripheral right now, so when she puts her foot down here to pick up her stride, you can see she just really drops her shoulders a bit, keeps nice, relaxed, rhythmical, and just pours it all on to the end. Doesn't ask her anymore. It's not needed, and runs a great time, 22.1.
I can tell you Jess's time is 23.49. Average-ish. As I said, done the long jump earlier on. Colin, she started well, just seemed to run out of steam a little.
And this is one of the key things, Steve, when you haven't competed, you really need to get into that groove of the event. And of course it's going to be difficult. And let's really not compare her to this class of athletes. Remember, she is a heptathlete, and it's hard to come into these events with specialists who are really flying at this moment. Remember, all these women are getting ready for Beijing, or have had a lot of 200 metres under their belt. So you can imagine it's really difficult for Jess, but I think she's delivered a good series of competitions. And right now, I think she's ready to talk to Phil.
She's indeed in 23.49, Jess. Well, you've had a busy weekend and a really good weekend. Tell us from your perspective.
Come on, Jess, we'll see you in Beijing. You know you want to go. Elaine Thompson, meeting record 22.1. Really, I think, an eye-opening performance from her. Tori Bowie, pretty solid. McGrone couldn't back up that big race in Monaco, but still got into the top three there. And again, another slightly disappointing run from Bianca Williams. She was in lane one, though.